down this road, the LAPD, the FBI, the CIA, they're all gonna come for you. They'll find you, and they'll stop you. Good luck.
Don't look at it, Raymond. It's your enemy.
That that damn movie that we just seen, because that shit really is your damn enemy. Last movie in a trilogy that really didn't need to happen.
Okay, so we start in Spain, Russia.
Wait, we was in Spain? We was in Spain, Russia? I thought it was in America.
We were in Spain. Well, there was no credit for actually shooting in Russia, and we saw a credit for Spain in the end credits. So I just assumed that it was Spain, Russia at the beginning of the movie. The guy's name is Malenkov or whatever the fruit.
So evil Lloyd Christmas is the villain in this movie, which they didn't market at all. Which they should have, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm pretty sure a lot more people would have came to see this.
Some husband asking, honey, have you seen the checkbook?
Yeah, honey, where's the checkbook? Instead of, honey, where's my debit card? Where's the black card you spend all my money on, woman? Yeah.
On the coffee table.
It's on the coffee table. Henchman standing there, smiling at him with a goofy-ass face. Hey, we going for a walk. Bring the dog. Well, he opens the trunk and there's a Dalmatian in there.
There's a Dalmatian in the trunk.
He just murdered this innocent Dalmatian.
For no reason.
Well, yeah, because the wife knows there's a dog. He could just say, I'm taking the dog for a walk. The dog would have still been there. It would have been barking. Then he would have been like, oh, shit, now she knows I'm cheating on her. If you saw Lloyd Christmas just talking to somebody like he was a badass, you wouldn't take him serious. Lloyd Christmas had to shoot him and murder him, then lock him in the safe.
It was a deadly penis shot.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He didn't shoot him in the head or the chest.
The crotch, and he instantly died.
In his balls. I didn't know you could die from that.
But what's the point of shooting him if they're gonna lock him in the safe? Because I was like, oh wow, they're gonna lock him in a safe and he's gonna suffocate to death.
But
they shot him.
And he called the dude who's like, I'm leaving you a present. It's a dead body. Spoiler alert. And
he doesn't care.
Yeah, he just spoilers. I'm leaving you a dead body. Shuts the safe. And there you go see Liam Neeson's character, Brian Mills, in his everyday life. He's buying a present for his daughter because it's her birthday again. We saw that shit in the first movie.
I do not remember the first movie, so thank you for reminding me.
That's what the first movie was. Like the beginning of the first movie was him buying presents for his daughter. The stepdad got her a pony. Remember that part?
No, I don't remember.
He
got
like
a
bought
pony.
her. I don't know what he bought her. He bought her like a Game Boy or something. The stepdad brought out he brought out a pony.
Personally, I would prefer
pony.
the Game Boy over the pony.
I know. Well, she's a girl, so she wanted the Game Boy over the pony. The pony over the Game Boy. Sorry.
The bony?
The bony. Ooh, spoiler alert for that too.
Speaking of bony, she is pregnant. She took a pregnancy test. It came out positive. We could probably have recognized that just by the worried expression on her face. But in case you didn't get it, they gave you an extra shot of the actual pregnancy test as well.
It was like, y'all stupid. For some reason, Liam Neeson and his particular set of skills didn't pick up she was pregnant at that moment. It's like talking to us like, yeah, you want to drink some wine? We about to get loose as a goose. Yay! The boyfriend walks in and was like, hey, what's going on here? He looked like a shady character too. I really thought he was gonna turn out to be some kind of villain. He wasn't.
He was more the victim in this movie. He didn't know what he was getting into by impregnating this woman.
She probably didn't tell about the past, about how she was traded to the sex slave operations in Europe and all that.
Oh no, he could have some.
He could have some kind of virus.
Liam Neeson is completely detached from reality. He's out of touch with his daughter. His wife has died. He's got nothing left, and he forms a bond with a stuffed panda. And they go on fighting, has bad guys treat the panda with respect while he's torturing them. You will treat this panda with respect. He's the bad cop, and Liam Neeson's the good cop. The panda's just sitting at the end of the room.
Respect this panda. Oh, the panda's gonna shoot you. Panda's holding like a toy gun or some shit. He gets a booty call from
Femke Jensen, if that's how you say her name.
Femke Jensen? I was just saying James. Man, it's Phoenix. Y'all know who Phoenix is. She comes over, start getting hot and heavy. But he's like, no, I can't, because you're still married to that idiot Stu. So the friends, you got to see the beginning of the first movie, who he's playing poker with, they play a much larger role in this one, which is pretty cool. I kind of like that aspect of it.
They actually reincorporated them into the story. They didn't just set them up to leave them again.
He gets the text message or a phone call. It's like, hey, girl. She's like, hey, I'm ready for that booty call again.
Want you to butter some of my bagels, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he wanted them bagels. And there's a new stepdad from the first movie. The dude for the first movie was old and bald. Was a guy named Stewart.
Yeah.
Xander Berkeley was the original Stewart. I guess he was like, I'm not coming back for this shit. They could just say that the stepdad had plastic surgery or something.
To make him look more like the villain from Mission Impossible 2.
Stewart came over like late at night while he was like chilling. But Liam Neeson's all like being honorable and shiverable and all that shit.
2 cups of sugar in your tea.
Yeah. He was like, you want an extra cup of sugar, bro? Even though you banging a woman I love and I hate your guts? I guess I'll take a few cups of sugar. Leave my wife alone or I'll kill you. I'm not in that life no more. I do. I'm tired of that shit after the second movie. Just please leave me alone. All right, I'm going to Vegas.
I just assumed he was a bad guy for the majority of the movie.
Yeah, I did too. Film for Phoenix ends up dying. He goes to get bagels. Comes back, sees her dead body. It's like, oh man, I'm crying. Oh my God, what am I going to do?
I was kind of almost about to get into that moment, and then they cut it so abruptly for the cops to come in.
The cops showed up immediately. Like he just looked at the body for like a few seconds, tried some revival techniques, and then he was like, we got a call about a screaming woman saying he gonna kill me.
They didn't even give that scene time to develop. Pause on it for a bit, and then all of a sudden he notices something that belongs to him, or he notices certain things that are set up around the room to make it look like he's the guy who did it.
Have him cry a bit.
Yeah, have him cry and then slowly
At
realize,
least one
oh
tear
no.
come down his face. Nah. Get on the ground. I didn't do this. Then he realized, oh shit, I'm Liam Neeson. I do what I want. Attacks the cops. They chase him all over the goddamn street. None of the cops realize this dude's not shooting at us. Maybe he's a good guy. Maybe we shouldn't have drawn our guns on him. We could have sat him down, talked to him like a normal person.
There wasn't even flow to it. It was just always chop, 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 chop,
It was
chop,
a
chop.
very choppy editing.
I love at the very beginning that somehow Liam Neeson manages to trick them. He's going down an alley, and there's a dumpster on the left side of this alley that clearly has a huge gap on the right. The cops could drive around. He starts running towards that dumpster, and they're following him too closely to swerve out of the way of the dumpster, and then they have to stop at the dumpster as he walks around it. And for some reason, the guy backs up and acts like he can't go down this alley. It's like, oh no, he walked around the dumpster. I gotta find another way around.
Bullshit. Anyway. Liam Neeson, he starts contacting people, contacts his daughter. He's like, oh my God, they killed your mama, but I didn't do it. And he contacts his buddies, and he's like, I'm going to the Bat Cave.
League of Shadows found the Bat Cave.
Yeah, he goes to the Ra's al Ghul cave in L.A. You know, he sets up shop. Forrest Whitaker comes in. He's all like, Last King of Scotland and shit. He's like doing the typical Inspector Gadget type shit. Hey, I'm gonna get you. Don't worry.
But then he starts to truly shine whenever he sees the hot bagel
Yeah.
on the table, and he takes a bite, and he is satisfied.
Forrest Whitaker
sir.
starts looking through all the lady's stuff because the other detectives are stupid. And he comes to an epiphany that, oh my God, I need to eat these bagels even though they're evidence. He smacks his teeth in this movie. Liam Neeson starts doing some investigating shit. The close GPS realized she went to some gas station or some shit where supposedly that he texted her from. So he goes there, and the guy's like, sure, I'll cooperate with you. Here's the camera footage. And he's looking, and it's like some paranormal activity shit on the security cameras. He can't see, Phoenix is jumping all around, and some kind of ghost creature's gonna pop out eventually and take Phoenix on the, but it didn't happen. It was some guys pulled up in a van.
You see,
dude had a tattoo.
Yeah, Raymond, I just assumed that Taken 3 was going to be a metaphor in this movie. Instead of somebody actually getting taken, I just assumed that she was going to die, and thus, metaphorically, she was taken from them.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that's what it was too. You mean like, oh, they actually took her, then killed her.
They took her first.
I'll take him 3, Andrew. Duh.
Well, we can't just be subtle and say she was taken, like as in killed.
No, she actually has to get taken. You can't have a movie called Taken without somebody getting taken.
The metaphor was clever.
It was clever, but then, she's taken forever out of their lives.
Taken forever.
Taken forever. Ooh, I know a movie.
Taken to the grave.
Taken to the grave. Shit. Now that's a movie.
That would have been entitled.
Or the next one will just be Taken Forever, and then the last one will be Taken to the Grave.
And then Taken and Robin.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Liam Neeson wanted to get wanted to get taken.
Ooh, people
Liam
get taken
Neeson.
all over in this movie. Instead of Liam Neeson beating up these two officers and just walking to their police Jeep Cruiser thing where there was a computer already at and just taking the information, we had to have this ridiculous ass, I'm not even going to call it an action scene. It was a chase sequence where he gets into the police car, they're driving to the station. I guess he decides at some point, okay, I'm going to pull out my bones out of my hand and unlock the handcuffs. I have never seen this shit before in my life. In the back of a police cruiser that did not have the cage that separates the police from the people in the back seat.
That was really, really stupid.
Just dumb as shit.
You got Liam Neeson.
They wanted to set this up. It was like, well, how do we do this? We just take the cage out.
Yeah, we left him with Phillips. You mean Phillips, the guy who doesn't have a cage on the back of his
like
police
that.
car?
I'm talking about
Phillips,
like
Phillips?
out of script. Like somebody read the script. It was like, wait, he's gonna attack the cops. There's normally a cage where the perp can't get to the cops, right? So how's he gonna do that? Is he gonna pull out his lightsaber and cut through it? No, we never thought that far. That's a completely different universe. We can't let him do that.
Forrest Whitaker thought ahead, though.
Yeah,
Forrest
Forrest
Whitaker
Whitaker
was like, you guys are morons. Yeah, right.
He thinks we idiots. Meanwhile, one of his hair's on fire or some shit. Liam Neeson breaks out, beats up the cops. And for some reason, this cop listens to what he says. Drive right now. Go faster. The cop goes faster for some reason.
Because of the shaky camera and how tight it was,
Yeah.
I did not know that he was holding a gun to him the whole entire car chase until afterwards when he told him to get out.
The cop should have just slammed on his brakes at one point because Liam Neeson was not wearing a seatbelt, ladies and gentlemen, which did not happen. He's just driving and somehow he magically jumps on the other side of the road. Oh, and they have the random ass 18-wheeler just show up for some reason. This one was carrying a crate. He drives by it. Somehow the 18-wheeler, the trailer shifts, and instead of it stopping, the momentum of it breaks the restraints that are holding the crate. And the crate runs over two cars that aren't even involved in this chase sequence, hobbles over them, crushing them, and then it lands completely in the middle of the street, which didn't affect anybody involved in the chase sequence.
Why did this need to be there?
It was just the stupidest thing.
Raymond.
Huh?
Weren't the people who were hit by the crate going towards the crate, even though it was on the wrong side of the road?
I believe you are correct. Somehow...
I didn't even realize that. A bunch of civilians who decided, hey, I want to drive on the other side of the road. Now's my chance.
Oh my God, these guys are having so much fun. I'm gonna go do it.
Let's do it.
And then they died. Then they died. They were trying to have a good time.
And all of a sudden, Forrest Whitaker goes under the roof. He commandeers a chopper. And then the editing gets super crazy. You just see 1 second or millisecond shots of cars turning. You don't know where anything is. And at one point, Forrest Whitaker is... you just get a random shot of Forrest Whitaker pointing down at the road like, there. Because he can't follow the editing either. And they end up cornering him in a parking garage. He goes all the way up to the top of the parking garage. And all that's left is this elevator shaft. And they have him cornered in with tons of cop cars surrounding him. And his cop car is backed up against an elevator shaft. The car backed up into the elevator shaft, scraping all the way down.
Gas leaked, a wire sparked, it blew up. Half the parking garage was gone.
The whole entire side of a parking garage lighting up in a huge column all the way up, boom, 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 and then a huge boom at the top. That's the end of the movie. Liam Neeson is dead. They did not show Liam Neeson escaping from this, guys.
Andrews, end the movie. He just died.
Yeah, it's got to be a plot twist or something. Like Maggie Grace is going to have to finish this.
That would have been an excellent plot twist.
Yeah, especially since she was trained and taken too.
She was trained to throw those grenades at shit.
She was trained, and she didn't get to do anything in this movie. The very next thing we see after this massive explosion is Forrest Whitaker standing on a helipad on a skyscraper roof, and he gets a phone call. And then it just cuts to Liam Neeson talking to him on the other end. No scratches, no burns, nothing.
Forrest Whitaker's like, man, just turn yourself in, bro. And Liam Neeson was like, I don't think so. I'm not going to turn myself in. I got to solve the mysteries of the universe. He hangs up on Forrest Whitaker, and Forrest Whitaker goes, she goes to the bathroom. He's in the bathroom. They're installed together. A father and a daughter in a stall together. Very weird shit.
I didn't think it was weird at all, Raymond. Were you weirded out by that?
I was very weirded out because, when people get in stalls together, you know what happens.
What happens, Raymond?
Magic. So they get into the stall and they're talking. Then she just lets out the next spoiler alert. Everybody, get ready. I'm pregnant. Forrest Whitaker shows up again, and then they have another chase sequence, ladies and gentlemen, with them chasing them in the hall of this school. Through a flashbang into janitor's closet. Luckily, the janitor was not in there. Everyone.
That would have been so great. You could have had Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy hiding. I didn't take us to the Bahamas of hiding places. Then Liam Neeson just opens up the door, just throws a flashbang.
Oh yeah, I remember that sequence. By the way, Amazing Spider-Man 2, stupid.
Moving
on.
He starts driving around the country.
Oh yeah, Maggie tells him Stuart's acting weird. She just gives him that information, so he's like, I'm gonna go get Stuart.
Liam Neeson, there's nowhere to hide. It's the road, and then there's a very steep mountain cliff on the right side, because we're looking at the car, at Liam Neeson's car, straight on, and they come out from behind the mountain and clobber him, or T-bone his car, knock him off the ledge. But just because we can't see it, how come Liam Neeson can't see it? He's not hiding on Liam Neeson's view.
They telephased out of the mountain.
They just came out of the mountain.
They telephased out of the mountain and crashed into Liam Neeson and blew him up. They blew him up.
Boom. Second boom of the movie. Second time he explodes. He waterboards Stuart.
Stuart's like,
I'm not the bad guy. And he's like, oh, okay, I guess you're not the bad guy. Yeah. Apparently he bought a headless parakeet from Lloyd Christmas and couldn't pay him for it. So
dude owed Lloyd Christmas money.
He owed Lloyd Christmas money. So he claims that Lloyd Christmas just went after his wife as payment. Okay, we're buddy.
The buddies actually do something, and they help him stealth take down the cops. They get the daughter, so they plan to go up in Lloyd Christmas's penthouse through his secret elevator. Liam Neeson goes up, does his thing, shoots everybody. Lloyd Christmas
does his thing.
Lloyd Christmas comes out.
He was in a love jacuzzi with two women.
Jacuzzi with two women. So he comes out with a silk robe on, an assault rifle in his tidy whities, ladies and gentlemen. Like, just draws. It looked like something from a parody movie.
He's firing this assault rifle just from across a room at Liam Neeson, and Liam Neeson just randomly decides, I'm going to leave cover twice. Yeah. And he runs past some glass so some glass can shatter for action, because it's action scene. Liam Neeson just completely decimated about 50 guys on his way in here.
Yeah.
With no problem. But Liam Neeson, this 6'7" tall guy, going up against this shrimp bowl cut, pasty white, only in his tidy whities guy with an empty assault rifle.
I probably would have been intimidated by that too. Maybe this villain was like the best villain, because he
didn't know what to do.
He
Liam Neeson,
came
what
out
would you do?
in his drawers. You're like, oh my god, this dude really must be the craziest dude ever. Eventually, Liam Neeson shoots him in the chest, and they have a conversation because he wasn't ready to die yet. He needed to give Liam Neeson the information. So apparently Stu wanted the Russian to kill the wife so he could collect the insurance money. Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Whitaker.
He's in charge of everything.
He's got a tip, and he's hot, and he's ready to go. And what happens, Raymond?
Everybody, let's go. Get in the car. Come on, move. Let's move. And he drives off, and the camera lingers on 3 cops just standing around, not giving a shit. I'm not listening to this fool. I can't stand this fool. I hate this dude. He could burn in hell for all I give a shit. One guy just looks and turns his head back. Just not giving a shit. It's like, I guess, it's my day off. I'm taking off. Stu gets on an airplane with Maggie, Kim. I thought it was going to be revealed that, he got an insurance policy on her too. But it wasn't. It was just insurance policy on the wife to collect the money.
See, apparently the insurance policy was also on himself and the wife. So was he about to fake his own death in an airplane? What was his plan? How was he going to get the insurance money that was on his own?
He was going to pretend like Maggie shot him, I guess. Which Maggie should have just killed him anyways in the movie. It would have been a great ending to the whole series.
Yeah, her training never pays off until maybe Taken 4.
So anyways,
Liam Neeson is driving around crazy in a Porsche.
Driving a Porsche. And
Forrest Whitaker is like, hey, give me that phone number of that random car he just stole. And they're like, okay. And so he calls the stolen car that Liam Neeson's in. It's like, hey, buddy, we're on the same side here. And Liam Neeson puts this question towards him. And if you answer, it's like almost like, if you answer this question wrong, I'm going to hang up on you. He's got this tone in his voice.
He's like, what's your number one priority? He's like, I gotta uphold the law and bring in this dude. He's like, my number one priority is my daughter. Dude, he hangs up the phone.
Liam Neeson drives a Porsche to the airport, and just as Stewart is about to take off with Kim as a hostage, apparently the pilots are completely okay that he's holding a young lady at gunpoint in their aircraft.
They getting paid, bruh. They getting paid.
Either way, let's go.
So they leave.
They're trying to leave. They're trying to leave. They can't get enough speed, and Liam Neeson is charging diagonally towards this plane.
Somehow is able to use his Aslan powers and get the trajectories right. Runs into the front tires of the airplane with a Porsche where he should have crashed and blew up. He should have been dead.
It's a wonderful promotion for Porsche. They have excellent build quality, guys. Check them out. You never know when you want to take down an airplane on a runway. You gotta get a Porsche.
And Kim finally uses her training and elbows Stu and
uses her advanced spy training.
She uses her advanced spy training,
and
elbows Stu, and Liam Neeson shoots Stu, I guess in the chest or leg. I don't know where he shot him at, but he shot him.
It wasn't in the penis because he was alive.
Yeah. And then it ends with Liam Neeson talking to his new son-in-law, as we presume, and talking to his daughter.
I'm happy with whatever decision you guys make. Well, Dad, we just want to let you know, if it's a girl, we're going to name it Lenora. And then in case Liam Neeson didn't get it, after mom, just in case you didn't know, Liam Neeson, that was her name in this movie.
You didn't know the woman you loved, the name was Lenora.
It's like, we're going to name it after Mom. And he's like, I think she'd like that. He just does his Liam Neeson laugh.
Liam Neeson voice and laugh.
Liam Neeson laugh. And then it just starts pulling off. It just immediately cuts after that, very abruptly. And then it starts pulling back from the pier that they're at. And credits start to roll. Thoughts about the movie overall?
I just noticed, I guess they realized we're just going to have people getting taken.
We're 3 people taken in this movie. 3 people were taken in this movie.
The same 3 people who were taken in the other 2 movies. His daughter was taken in this movie at one point, and him and Lenora were taken in this movie at one point.
But then you also had Stewart taken at one point as well.
Who took Stewart? Oh, they took Stewart.
Liam Neeson took Stewart. So we had 4 people taken and taken 3. You're getting some value with this one, folks.
Oh, no, you're not.
The action
I don't
wasn't...
know what to say. Yeah, it was an action movie at all. It was a chase movie.
Yeah.
Which was not what people wanted to see. It's not what, if you like the first movie, you'll probably think this one's better than the second movie, which it is, actually. But I didn't really care for it that much. I just thought the first movie was, better than this. There was actual action sequences.
From the very outside of the movie, there's only 2 options for who the villain is. They introduce one guy who's supposed to be the villain, and then they set up Stewart to look like the villain. So it's either going to be one or the other, and they don't try to do a plot twist with it. Whenever the action does come, it's just very, very choppily edited. Action scenes have to be edited fast, but there's no rhythm to it. The speed, it does. I don't mind that it's that fast, but at the same time, there's no logic that I can follow.
Terrible editing.
A lot of moments start off good. There was a moment where he has to tell Maggie Grace, his daughter, over the phone what just happened to his mother. He wants to be the one to tell her. And that scene was actually slightly working.
The scenes where it's Liam Neeson and Maggie Grace together, they do well together. They have great chemistry. They're just, they're 2 good actors. They're probably the best part of the movie for me, was those 2.
And I do like the little ticks that Forrest Whitaker put into his character. I don't know if the director came up with that or if it was actually in the script, or maybe just the actor himself said, I want to fiddle with a rubber band in this scene. But he did add something to the movie. He was amusing.
Decision-making people for this movie need to come up with better decisions in life. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see more of the old gang as well. We only got a little bit. I thought they were all going to come in for the climax, but that doesn't really go anywhere.
We could have got an action sequence. Nope.
Yeah, you have just 4 Liam Neeson veterans taking on all these guys together. Would have been amazing.
Yeah, I'm done with Taken. I would give it a 2-star rating. I'd watch it.
A 2-star out of?
Out of 5. It's probably something I would watch again if it were on TV and I was bored. Just put in the background or something. It's really not what it should have been. Very disappointing stuff.
Yeah, it's not a gritty movie at all. He doesn't, too many of his skills at all throughout the whole movie.
His particular set of skills don't get used a
And
lot at all.
No, he doesn't. He tries his hardest not to kill anybody because he knows he has to make a PG-13. So he just hits people a lot and knocks them out. And only whenever he has to use a gun does he use a gun. That could be argued as a character progression for the other movies, trying to be more of a family man, get out of that kind of line of work.
It's very weird when they make movies to where the heroes get hunted and you're used to seeing them, killing bad guys, and then you gotta stop them, from attacking the cops. It's just chase movie now when we're being chased around. Write a better script.